Nice packaging and all
No
this stuff.
shit.
I know.
Really cool. Okay, ready? I'm Lee from the Oshkosh Beer Blog.
I'm Adam from McKnight & Carlson Wines.
And it's March.
March 2nd.
It's we've got a lot of snow out there.
It's terrible.
It's cold as hell.
Let's drink a dark beer.
So we'll drink 10% Imperial Stout.
Yeah.
Let's dig into that.
Crack her open?
Yeah. So this is from Almanac Beer Company in San Francisco, California. And they just got to Oshkosh. They just started distributing here.
Yep, they partnered with Breakthrough Beverage, formerly known as Wirtz Beverage, which they merged with Sunbelt Distributors out of somewhere on the East Coast, and effectively formed probably the second or third largest distributorship in the U.S. and the world. So
I was really surprised to see this beer.
Well, there were a couple of reasons behind that. Almanac has partnered with Wirtz in most states that they're in, so it was a logical progression that they would come here via Breakthrough. And my sales rep for Breakthrough Beverage was telling me that they have a Wisconsin connection. I think either one of the brewers or founders is actually from Wisconsin.
Actually, I know one of them was from Chicago.
Okay.
Maybe the others, yeah. So this is a brewery that started in 2010 in San Francisco, 2 home brewers.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much like how it always works.
Exactly.
2 home brewers start. And they're better known for these fruited sour beers they do. But they also do this.
Farm to barrel is a big thing with them.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Okay.
But I had this for the first time on Sunday night, and I immediately texted you.
Yeah.
Because I was half inebriated and very excited about it. I
thought
it was an excellent beer.
For those of you who don't know Lee's palate, I mean, this is not typically a beer that he would be over the top excited about.
No, this is an Imperial Stout with cacao nibs, chili peppers, and sea salt. And then it's aged on oak staves.
Okay.
So it's got a lot going on. 10% ABV. Wow.
Nice aroma, but not overpowering by any means.
No, it's definitely, you get all that. I think I even get a bit of that pepper in the aroma. It's almost like a vinegar sort of thing, like when
brininess.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if you can recall. We had a beer tasting at Lee's house one time. We tasted a bottle of Cigar City Brewing out of Tampa's Hunapoo's Imperial Stout.
I do remember that vaguely.
This is a very, very, very similar beer in what goes into it. I haven't tried it yet, but and that had that same kind of briny aroma to it.
And that's what I liked about this beer when I first had it is that it's a beer first.
Yeah.
There's so much of this stuff that's just being way overdone now, where it's these adjuncts are just overwhelming the beer, and you're getting these very sticky, sweet things. And this isn't that at all. You get the chocolate, the chili definitely comes up, and then that salt goes with that chocolate really well.
Yeah. Well, this is very nice. I mean, I looked it up on Beer Advocate, and predictably, the craft beer heads didn't love it.
Oh, of course, because it's not it's not
over the top.
You don't have to chew it. First of all.
Exactly, and I knew honestly, you usually go the opposite direction. So I had a feeling that the craft beer nerd masses were not going to be in love with it, but that doesn't color my opinion at all. I think this is a really nice beer.
I often wonder when I see those reviews on Beer Advocate just how much of that beer they've drank. There's some of these beers that are just the first few sips are just like, wow, that's great.
Yeah.
And then you after you've had 5 or 6 ounces, it's a sticky.
A lot of these people go to these bottle shares and they have 1.5, 2.5 ounces of a beer where it's great to evaluate it like that, but you couldn't sit down and drink 10 ounces of it. No way. I mean, that's like like a Goose Island Bourbon County Stout.
Yeah.
But this has a lot of drinkability.
Definitely.
It's you said it was 10% alcohol?
Yeah. Would you guess that? I mean,
not at all.
When I had it, I didn't realize it was 10% alcohol.
Very, very smooth, well hidden ABV. I mean,
it's very.
It's not hot in the slightest. So these guys are gypsy brewers.
Yeah, their business model is really interesting. They don't own a brewery, so they have their wort made by Hermitage Brewery in San Jose, I think it is. But they put all their money into barrels. So they own something like 2,000, wine barrels, bourbon barrels, where that's where they're making it.
Yeah.
It's I mean, that's something Belgian brewers have been doing forever.
Blending.
They have somebody else makes the work, then they come along and they'll ferment it and blend it and age it. But with these sour beers, they do something really interesting. I mean, they call it farm to barrel. So they partner with farmers in their area to get the fruits that they're going to age the beer on in these barrels. And then, some of these beers will age for up to 2 years.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
You were saying that you had the Farmers Reserve Citrus right here. Not for the faint of palate.
No, I mean,
these are really sour beers.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it leads with that sourness, but
Yeah.
also the fruit it's really juicy.
Yeah,
fruit. I mean,
yeah.
it almost has a fresh fruit flavor.
Okay.
I haven't had too many beers that are aged on fruit where you can. I mean, that fruit flavor is so prominent.
Yeah.
You just recognize it right away. It's really nice.
I should talk about distribution just for a minute. Almanac is not, I guess, going to be widely available in the state for probably several months. Right now, Breakthrough Beverage is limiting each SKU of their beer to 1 case per account, and it's only going to select accounts. So I think you can probably find it elsewhere in the Fox Valley, but we do carry it. We've got their Farmers Reserve Citrus, their Saison de Bretteville, Barbary Coast. We've got Dogpatch Sour, which is my personal favorite, which is brewed with cherries, and they make a blueberry sour as well. So.
And they don't really. I mean, these are kind of one-off beers, aren't they?
Yeah. I think they're rotating. They have a large stable of beers that kind of come and go
based on
when they're ready,
what fruit they can get.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's where you can see where a brewery like this, they probably couldn't own their own brewery.
No.
If you're going to invest that much in barrels, actually having a standalone brewery is going to just sink you.
Yep, absolutely.
And the time it takes to make these beers,
it doesn't pay to have.
Yeah, it doesn't. Getting back to this, so the Imperial Stout, it's aged on oak staves.
Yeah.
I don't get oak.
I don't get. I mean, maybe in the mouthfeel or the texture a little bit, I get a little tannin, but that could be from the malt too.
I'm kind of thinking that's a good thing though. I think that would get in the way of the other flavors in here. Mm-hmm. I mean, that cacao and the chili.
Oak can be a very overpowering flavor. I mean, I think this is really nice and drinkable. I mean, you only get the 10% alcohol in the depth of flavor, but it's not over the top by any means.
Yeah, it's really good.
I think this is delicious stuff.
I do too. All right, enough about beer. Let's talk about. Well, no, I want to ask you one more thing. So, I mean, we've been talking the last few episodes of like what foods you'd pair with this.
Yeah.
What would you go with this? I'm kind of at a loss for this, and I don't know.
I'd have to say I think this would be a good dessert beer, definitely. I love cheese with beer, and I've talked about that before. But it kind of like maybe like a triple cream brie would be tasty with that. Because it has some tannin and fat. Go together nicely. Tannin can cut through the fat, etc. So, I think a nice Belle Étoile French triple cream brie would be a good choice. I know you can find that.
When we had it the other day, we had this in lieu of dessert.
I mean, it is. That's a loaded question because this is a meal by itself.
Yeah, it really is.
You don't need to pair this with anything, but it is a delicious beer.
Okay, enough about beer. Let's talk about you.
Yeah.
So you were just in New York City.
I was.
And what did you find there?
Well, shockingly to me anyway, I found that the New York beer scene was kind of lacking a little bit. I mean, obviously it's a very vast city. I was only there for a couple of days, and
Where were you? Were you in Manhattan?
I was in Manhattan, okay. Yeah, and actually in the Alphabet City neighborhood. But and again, it's a very vast city. We didn't make it to most of the boroughs, but just from the mentality, I guess, it didn't seem like a very craft beer forward area. I mean, not really many beer bars or anything like that. I did make it to a couple of beer bars, tried some good local beer, Captain Lawrence, Brooklyn Brewing, which is very famous, Garrett Oliver.
Yeah.
But did make it to a couple of kind of combination bottle shop tap rooms and found some good beer to take home. But I was telling Lee off camera before that I've been to Chicago, Phoenix, and New York in the past year and a half, and really we should be thankful for what we have here because all those major metros are kind of lacking, in my opinion, for the vast population.
I think that's a really good point. I mean, we really do have it surprisingly good for a city of this size. It's pretty amazing what's happened here. You know, and you get to some of the larger cities, and I suppose, you know, in some places it's a matter of finding where to go.
Well, again, New York is a metropolis, but you know, it wasn't as evident as it is here. I mean, it wasn't being pushed at all. I mean, you can find a great cocktail. You know, wine was actually the most prominent thing I found. There were wine stores everywhere.
Yeah.
So
you were just glad to get back home.
Oh yeah, great to be back. Yeah.
Well, it's good to have you back.
Yeah. Hey, seriously.